Hi guys, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I'm Em. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm here for the new Sex Life of College Girls episode, season 3, episode 3, the first episode without Renee. And I was nervous about going into this because a big reason why I loved the show was because of Leighton. Of course, it was also like the girls' friendship and like all that and like the comedy, but Leighton was such a big part of it for me, and like Renee, of course, and Renee is the reason I watched the show in the first place. So I've been worried about this specifically because I know she's not returning, at least as of right now. I mean, maybe if they get renewed for season 4 and it's going to be the final season, she might return, but right now she's not. And so we're kind of figuring out where it's going to go without her. And this episode was kind of like them finding their footing without her. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm still worried about how it's going to go on without her. And I know a lot of people aren't watching it now that she's gone because of how much they loved her and how Leighton was such a big part of the show and helped so many people. And without that, it's not the same, obviously. It didn't necessarily feel like a different show because it still had the comedy, it still had the different things that it always has. It felt like something was missing, and obviously it was Renee. So I feel like the rest of the season, it's going to be weird to watch it because they're just going to feel like a gap because there is. She's gone. But other than that part of it, it wasn't bad. Like I said, it was good. It had moments, there are storylines that they're officially setting up for the season because the first 2 episodes were about Leighton and kind of just setting up the season and setting up a couple storylines, but mostly saying goodbye to Renee. Now that she's gone, we're seeing where the other storylines are heading. They're building stuff up, which I'm really intrigued by a couple of them, specifically Whitney's. I think it's so important for a storyline like this because in the work, not workforce, what the hell, work field, for any anything, any career you're trying to go to, there's always some sort of racism. Or at least usually. I mean, that obviously should not be the case whatsoever. We should treat everyone as equals. Come on. It's not that hard. We're in 2024, almost 2025. Let's not be racist. And, let's be inclusive and have things. And, seeing her kind of realize, stuff's going on. Not stuff, but, in STEM, they don't have caps to fit her braids, which come on, they should have caps for every size, no matter what. They should have bigger caps for people. And the fact he didn't say anything. He was oh, maybe sit this one out and I'll figure it out. And, her hearing that, it made her go back to her African American studies teacher and be I want to stay in this class because, of course. And, and that's why, the teacher is so passionate about her either majoring in, getting a double major, dropping STEM, or minoring because it's so important. And that teacher that she apparently or thought she had beef with, she was just trying to show her, and she just wanted to have her help, because you need more people like that to talk about stuff, because I feel you don't necessarily realize it, and some people might bring it up, but you don't realize what's going on in your work field until somebody kind of brings it to your attention, and then you're oh, and so I'm really excited with that whole situation, to see where it goes. And now with Whitney knowing it's harder to be in the STEM field as an African American woman, especially a woman, no less, but finding those, it's I'm intrigued to see where it goes, because I feel she might drop it as a major. And, like, even though she said to that teacher, it's like, STEM will get me a job, and, like, that whole thing with that teacher, which girlie just needed to just shut the fuck up because she really was not helping her case. But, like, I get that. It's, like, you probably have more opportunities for jobs as a STEM major than an African American Studies major. But you can make more of a difference with African American Studies, I think. You can bring light to, like, not light, but, like, you can, like, bring awareness to different things. And I feel like she knows, like, that's why the teacher was pushing. She knows she would be incredible. Like, the paper she wrote, like, was incredible, and she's passionate about it. And I think, like, them bringing that STEM scene up, or, like, that STEM scene happening, will push her more to being an African American Studies major. I hope. I don't know. I really am excited to see, like, that's the storyline I'm most excited for. It might just be because I love Whitney more than the other characters, but it's also interesting. I love when they do, like, stuff like this, because this stuff happens in the real world, and I like seeing it on my screen, especially because some people might not realize this is happening, you know, and this is an issue. It needs, like, we need to see it. So I'm excited for that. With, like, Whitney, I am worried about, like, her soccer. I feel like, I don't think she's gonna drop soccer necessarily, but I feel like she might. No, I don't. I go back and forth with this, because I don't think she's gonna drop it because it's her passion and everything, but it's also like, she's gonna have to drop something. Like, she was gonna drop the class. She, of course, didn't. And so she's stressed and it's messing up with her soccer. And so that's why I feel like she has to drop something. And that's why I think she's gonna drop her STEM major, because she's gonna have to drop that class, or she's gonna get kicked off and replaced by the freshman, which I really hope that doesn't happen, because I like seeing some, like, athletic side to the show, and, like, seeing that, because that's such a big thing in college. Like, people do sports. Do I? Like, hell no. I'm, like, not athletic whatsoever. I would rather die. But that's such a big thing in college, and I like seeing all the different things they're doing and how all the characters are different with, like, their activities. Like, we have one, like, in sports, we have one as a FAF now, we have one, like, that has a job. Like, we're seeing different things, and so I want to keep it that way and, like, have her stay in soccer, because I think that's just such a big part of her character. And, like, if she does, or, like, if that's, like, going to happen, or wait, what am I even saying? I feel like if it does, like, if that's a storyline, the main part of it will be, like, her pushing and, like, not wanting to give up on it, which is perfect for her, because she's not, like, one to give up easily. Like, she's going to fight for what she wants, and she's going to stick with it. So I think she's either going to have to, like, decide herself she has to take a step back from soccer or, like, any of the other classes, or she's gonna, like, push through, might fuck her up, and, like, might not be the best decision, but she's going to push through. I feel like that's going to be her main storyline with, like, the African American Studies and, like, being in STEM and all that. I think with that, it's going to be, like, her pushing, and then also, of course, her being friends with benefits eventually, because she's gonna hook up with that man. I did see the promo for the rest of the season at the end of the episode, so we know that's coming, most likely in 2 episodes, or maybe next week, because I don't think that promo at the end, I don't think it was for just next week. I think it was for the next couple weeks, and, like, because there's no way all that shit is happening next week, because that will be a packed episode, and I'm kind of here for it, especially because I'm gonna be, or at least I'm supposed to be done with all my finals by then. So, like, I mean, I'm there for a good time, and if they want to go crazy, like, they can, because I want to have fun. But, like, it seems like a lot. So I think we're gonna jump into that storyline with her a little later. I like that her storyline this season isn't really well, right now it's not evolved around a man. Like, I get, like, that's such a big part of the show because, like, they're having sex, they're figuring out everything, like, sexually, and, like, that's what the show is. But I like that right now it's about other things. And when it does happen, it's not going to be her main one. Because Whitney's my girl. After Layton, Whitney's my favorite. So I want her to succeed. And after, like, last few seasons and the shit she's had to deal with, I want her to focus on herself and not get her heart broken, which I know they're gonna hook up. She's gonna maybe not fall in love, but she's gonna fall for the guy, and he, I hope, doesn't break her heart, but I kind of see it going that way. I want to be wrong so badly, though. Like, my poor girl cannot get her heart broken. The only person at this point I want in an actual relationship is Bella. And I think I've talked about this in other episodes. It's because, like, she's trying to grow, she's trying to change, and she is, for the most part. Like, you can see a difference with her, like, this season and the last. But, and like I said, I didn't want her dating at all, or, like, at least I didn't want her hooking up. If she's in a serious, like, an actual relationship, not just sex, I feel like that would change her and have her evolve even more. She's already doing a great job. Like, seeing how she's doing as a faff to Taylor is great. Like, she's really been there for her. She's, like, not really going with her to meetings, but taking her to meetings, making sure she's going there. Like, at parties, she's checking in on her. They're talking, making sure she's okay. Like, she's really doing such a good job. She's not just focused on herself and her sex life, which is great, because, girl, like, I get it. Like, you can have sex. I'm nothing against that, but it should not affect other things in your life. It should not be the main priority. And I get that when she was, like, going into college, that was, like, all she was thinking about, because her parents were strict. And she never had, like, a life. And she was ready to, like, fuck every man. She literally gave hand jobs to all these random ass men at a comedy thing. I forgot what it even was. I do remember her giving hand jobs to literally every fucking man, even if they had a girlfriend. So, like, she's changing. She's evolving. And I think Taylor is to thank for that. And so shout out to her, because I am curious, like, where they're going to go with Taylor. There has to be something else. Like, there's no way she's just there to, like, hook up with girls. Like, I think the main reason they brought her in was to first have, like, someone queer, because, you know, Renee's gone, but also to, like, change Bella. Like, Taylor's such a big part of Bella's transformation and becoming better. And I know a lot of people on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram, to be fair, all social media, are shipping them now. And I kind of saw it this episode. I know people started shipping them last episode, but I see it. I don't know if I necessarily ship them, but I do see what you see. I do. And I feel like after maybe another episode, I'm down for it. Especially because, what's the guy's name? What's his name? Arvind? Isn't that his name? I don't know why I forgot it already. But him, because he has a girlfriend, and I don't want Bella to fuck that up and fuck their relationship up, I'm there for if they want to explore Bella's sexuality and have her get with Taylor. Because, like, here's the thing. I was, last episode when we were introduced to Arvind, I was there for it. And I was like, oh, they would be cute. I think her getting with another faff and someone who's mature and not a piece of shit and is nice would be good, even though we literally knew nothing about the man. Like, we saw more of him this episode and saw he was nice and he cares and he's, like, a good person. And I feel like she needs that. And I know she said, like, being nice is her biggest turnoff, which is kind of crazy. Like, for friends, she's fine with it, but, like, boyfriends, that's insane to me. Like, I get some people like men or women or whatever that are like bitches, and like they want to like hook up with people that aren't nice because of, but the fact that that is her turn off, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me, but it is crazy because if like, okay, I was gonna say the first thing I look for, but I don't look for a relationship. I've never kissed anyone. I'm 19. I've never kissed anyone. Like, I've never done any of that. But if like I ever was interested, I want someone who's nice, first of all. Like, yeah, I want you to be cute, like that too. Like, there are other stuff I want, but I want you to be nice. Cause like, I don't want a bitch, you know, like I want someone who's nice. It does say, like, I don't know why I was surprised, because like she always hooked up with men, and like the one guy I kind of liked her with, I don't even remember his name. I know other people shipped him too, but he was nice, I'm pretty sure, and that's why like, she just saw him as a friend. Wasn't that the case or some shit like that? But like, I feel like a nice guy is the best thing for her. And of course, like now, after seeing him give the fucking Heimlich to that one girl who was choking, turned her on, which first, that scene was insane. Oh my gosh, I was just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, I never thought someone would see the Heimlich be a turn on or like sexy. Like the way they did the slow-mo, that I get, but like in real time, if they did put it in slow-mo, I would kind of be sitting there like, because here's the thing, I think Arvin's cute. I think he's kind of cute, like kind of attractive, but that was crazy. Like, and knowing Bella, I don't know why I'm surprised, because she seems to be a person who likes that shit, like the weird. She turns anything sexual, to be honest. Like, let's be real, she does. And now that she is attracted to nice people, it could be good for her, because I feel like that's who she needs. But he's in a relationship, and saying, I love that Taylor was like talking to her, and like they were like talking about relationships and everything like that. Like, I loved that, because I like the friendship. I want to see more of them, and like maybe even more. But Taylor should not have told her to text Arvin to be like I can't wait to be in your bed tonight or whatever. Oh, meant that for someone else. Like, I get it. I do. I really do. Like, that's something people do. But that seems like something old Bella would do. Like, she would fuck up a relationship, or she wouldn't care. She would hook up even if they were in a relationship. Like, I want her to change, and I kind of want her to be with Arvind, but not if he's in a fucking relationship. Like, wait, I don't want her to be the reason that they break up, because that just shows that she has not changed. If she is responsible for them breaking up, like, actually, we're done. Like, I don't think she technically will be, even though she did send the text, which I'm kind of pissed off about. I think Arvind is a nice enough guy to not like do that to his girlfriend, and like if they break up, it's for other reasons. But I think just doing that doing that specifically shows you're not a girl's girl. And we've kind of already known Bella isn't really, like, she is to her girls, like Whitney, Leighton, Kimberly, like she is to them, but to other girls she doesn't give a shit. Like, she'll hook up with your boyfriend if they're attractive. And I feel like we need to work on that. And I hope she, like, realizes that she fucked up and she should not have sent that text. I'm really, really hoping she does, because, gosh, I'm going to kill her if she doesn't. Because, like, that was not a good idea whatsoever. Like, girl, let's not fuck up more relationships. You're trying to change. And she's literally gonna hook up with a mascot in a couple of episodes. Which is, I mean, kind of on brand for her, to be fair. But it's, as long as she doesn't, like, hook up with Arvind while he's still in a relationship, I'm fine. Or, like, right after. I hope, I mean, to be fair, like I said, I think Arvin's a good guy, and he wouldn't. And I don't even know if he likes her. I think, like, Bella's gorgeous, like, yes, but I just feel like he wouldn't do something like that to his girlfriend. I feel like he's too nice of a guy. But they might, like, try to, like, change him and be like, okay, like, no. Like, if they get together, I would like it to be the end of the season or close to the end, just so we give Arvin time to break up with his girlfriend and, like, do all that, because I don't, like, Bella, gosh, that girl is going to piss me off probably for the rest of the show, because, like, she is doing so much better, but I think this is going to, like, push her back to kind of how she was before. Maybe not as much, she's going to still be a bit better, but she's going to go back to hooking up with people, which is fine. Like, I have nothing against that. It's just, I think she needs time away from that. You know? Not just sex. She needs to be in an actual relationship. I don't know. I'm nervous. I really hope she hasn't sent that message, like, right after she sent it, or regrets it. Because you do not want to be the reason a couple breaks up. I mean, at least I assume. I've, of course, never been in that position, but, like, from what I assume and what I've seen in shows, you do not want to be involved. It turns into shit, and I don't want any, like, other girls to be, like, upset with Bella, because she pissed off so many people last season, so many people, and we just don't have time for that. Like, I need her to first get her GPA up. Like, I know she's probably not going to transfer, but we need to get her shit together. Bad. Like, she needs to get up, figure shit out. Like, right now, all I want her to focus on, well, like, of course, like, yes, Arvin, if she breaks up with his girlfriend on his own time, but other than that, all I want is for her to, like, focus on Faf and focus on herself and be there for Taylor, because I think Taylor's helping her so much to grow as a person. I don't know. And I hope, like, Taylor has more of a storyline this season. Like, I get we have her, like, addiction and, like, her being sober, but I'm hoping we get something else, because I love how we have another queer character there. Like, I do love it. Every show needs more than one. Like, you always need one, or, like, a couple, to be fair, but I don't want that to just be her storyline. You know, I want something else. I want something with depth. And right now she's just hooking up with a ton of girls, so, like, I mean, I'm here for it, but I want something else. You know, like, I want to see more of her. Like, we saw last episode, we saw a different side of her, and I want to see more of that. So I hope, I don't know, I'm just trying to find, like, stuff, like, because Renee's gone. I want good storylines, and the only one I'm, like, really intrigued with is Whitney's. Like, Bella's I was, but now she's kind of going back to her old playing ground, and Kimberly's literally the same-ish. Not, okay, her storyline right now, I mean, we have, how many episodes are this season? 10, we're on 3. We have a bit left, like, we're not even halfway done, but it's the same, like, her hooking up with people. And of course it's different now because she's hooking up and, like, might be potentially getting into a relationship with a bisexual man, which is, like, different for her because she's never experienced that. And I know I've heard from a lot of people that when, like, bisexual guys, like, date straight girls, the girls are kind of, like, insecure about different things, and it's not always great, which, like, we should just, I hate that stereotype that, like, the girls always think that the guys are hooking up with men on the side or shit like that. Like, come on. Like, that, like, I don't, like, I've heard people, like, or, like, who was it? I heard someone in my class, I was not friends with the bitch, thankfully, but she was like, I can't believe straight girls date bisexual men. Like, that's crazy. And I'm like, why is that crazy. Like, it's literally not. Like, they're attracted to both men and women. Like, it's fine. And, like, I do get in a way you might be, like, a little insecure about it, but, like, and, like, I get where Kimberly's coming from, especially because Eli's only been with boys and, like, hot men, like, muscly, big men. So, like, I get that. And so I get why, like, Kimberly's kind of anxious. And it wasn't even the fact that she was, like some other girls that think, oh, they're hooking up with men on the side. It wasn't that. It was just the fact that she looked nothing like them. And I like that she kind of opened up about that to Leela, even though Girly did not really give her good advice. But I liked hearing her talk about that because I was wondering if she was going to feel a way about it. Because I knew it wasn't because she was homophobic or anything, because we know she's not. But I had a feeling like she was going to feel like a way with seeing all of them, especially because it's not just the fact that they've only been with guys, but it's the fact that, like, he has a type and you don't look like that. Like, I feel like I would be in the same position. Like, I would feel so insecure, like, if I was with a guy and they've been with, like, only guys that look the exact same, and, like, I'm different because, like, obviously Kimberly does not look anything like them. She's hot, like, don't get me wrong, like, Girly's great, but she's nothing like that. So I get where she was coming from, and I liked that. And the fact that Leela literally told her to go to a sex store and, like, turn into, like, a Jared, what was that guy's name? One of his ex, Jared or something, like, turn into that. When she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, let's not, like, yes, go to a sex store, have fun, live it up. You've never been there. Like, I mean, I haven't either, but still, she's never been there. Like, have a good time. But the fact that she took her advice and they were about to hook up, and she said, like, turn around, and, like, oh my gosh, okay, like that was not the way to go. Like, it was funny as hell. Like, I was dying. But it's like I love her, but she doesn't make the best decisions, and she's not the brightest when it comes to this shit. Like, I wish before they hooked up, even though, like, they're not in an official relationship yet, I wish she just talked to him about how she was feeling, so we wouldn't have been in that position, because it was really uncomfortable. She was obviously uncomfortable and awkward, and he was too. Like, I'm happy at the end of it, he was like, talk to her, and he's like, I'm attracted to you. Like, I want to do, like, stuff with you. Like, I don't want any of that. Like, I just want you. And they hooked up. Maybe they'll be in a relationship. I feel like it would be interesting to see her with him and see how, like, she handles it, because she can be quite insecure about different things. And so I feel like that might be an issue, because we've already obviously saw it this episode, but I feel like if they get together and him going to parties and he's there and with her, or she's there with him, like, and, like, the guys are talking to him, she might be a little insecure, and I want to see how she navigates that and doesn't do, like, weird shit like she always kind of does, you know? You get what I mean? I don't know. I feel like they're probably going to get her into a relationship, which I'm fine with. Like, I think this is an interesting one for her, but I also think she needs a break from relationships. I've said this, but, like, gosh, after what happened with Kanan last season, I think she just needs to take a step back, because, gosh, I feel like everyone besides Whitney needs to take a step back, because she's the only one who really has not fucked up her life because of a man. You know? It's like, I think Kimberly and Bella just need to be with the girls. Like, hang out with the girls, have fun. Maybe even with their new roommate. I don't know how I feel about her, though. like, I mean, I like her more at the end of the episode because they kind of like, not, I don't know if they necessarily became friends, but they bonded a bit more because like, I didn't know they were getting a roommate until like last episode, and the fact we didn't get to see her until now. Like, at first she was a bitch. She was like, oh, I transferred for my boyfriend because like we've been together since 7th grade, which is crazy. Like, I know some people have been together for that long, but that's still like crazy to me. But that wasn't even necessarily the thing. The fact that like she transferred for him, they're like practically married. They're saving, or like promising. They're very serious. They're saving themselves till marriage, or at least that's what she thought. It's like, you could just tell. Like, and the fact that she didn't care about anything else. Like, if you transfer for your like significant other, it's fine as long as they don't become your whole personality. Like, you know. It's like, I'm fine with it, nothing against it. Or like going to college with your significant other, totally fine with that. It's just when it becomes your whole personality and you're not doing anything else, it's bad. Like, she was literally never at the dorm with the girls. Like, she's only there when he goes to bed. And then when she's not, he's with her. They're like getting their own place. Or like, no, they're always like sitting together. They never want to be with anyone else. And I don't know why, but like the first moment, like I saw, what's his name? Calvin? I think that was his name. I had a bad feeling. I don't know, like just the sight of, like, I don't want to like say like, I know like, don't judge a book by its cover, but he gave me fuckboy energy. I'm sorry. He did. Like, he gave me cheating energy. And like, I was like, you know, it's like. And so when Kimberly said, oh my gosh, I think he hooked up with someone at a party last year, I was like, okay, yeah, like obviously, like that's no surprise there. Like, I knew. And like when she was in the dorm with the girls, she was like, oh yeah, I'm staying in tonight, like pampering myself. Well, he's studying, like I don't want to go to the party. I was like, no, he's not studying. He is going to that damn party. He's gonna fuck a girl. And like, shout out to Kimberly for texting her, because like before, when she wanted to tell her at like breakfast, I did agree with like the other girls because they weren't 100% sure yet. Like they weren't 100%. But like seeing him at the party, like, yeah, I would have texted her too. Like, they did the right thing. Like, I get they didn't really like her at that point, but no matter what, like, here's the thing. Even if I don't like you, I'm a girl's girl. Like, I will literally, if like, I'm your, not like, if like I have your number or some shit, and like I see shit like that, I will be texting. You know, like if I was in their position, I would 100%. And I felt bad because like girlie literally showed up not looking the best. I mean, she still looked good, but not like her best. And like they've been together since 7th grade. She was saving herself till marriage. He said he was, even though with the promise ring, he obviously didn't. His dad is a pastor, and he forgave him. So he's like, oh, it's fine. I'm still a virgin. He didn't necessarily say that, but he's like, oh, it's fine. He forgave me. Like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm so happy she broke up with him, and I'm hoping this is the turning point. I kind of want her to hook up with someone now. I have nothing against saving yourself till marriage. Like, I don't, obviously, but I kind of want, after that, I feel like something really good and to like change her would be to fuck a man. Come on, like, girl, like, let's do it. Like, I want to see more of her. I want to see the girls, because at the end, when they kind of were covering for her, I thought maybe we're getting somewhere. Like, obviously it's not going to be the same as it was with Layden, but we're getting somewhere. And I feel like maybe they're going to help her next episode kind of branch out and give her like the actual college experience, not just being a girlfriend. Because I feel like last year for her, even though we didn't see it, I feel like she wasn't living because she was long distance, you know. And like, he was complaining that it was long distance is hard for him, and he had to hook up with a girl or like had to like do something. Like it was obviously hard for her, and like she wasn't fucking around with people. So I feel like she needs the college experience, like the actual one. I just hope, I mean, at the end of it, she seemed a bit better, so I just hope she continues to do that. I mean, I don't know where anything else is going, because I don't know shit, and I'm really bad at theories. But I think, like, next episode, we're gonna see, like, them bonding more, maybe her hooking up with someone. I think we're going to get somewhere with Whitney and that guy. I forgot his name. Just because, like, they're for sure obviously gonna hook up. We already know that from the trailer. And I think by the end of the season, she's gonna fall for him, or they're gonna get together. And so I feel like starting now would probably be the best, because it's short. The season's short. Like, obviously we have 10 episodes. We're already on. This is the 3rd. So even though we're not halfway done, we're close, and we kind of need to get our footing. And I think with Bella, I don't know. I'm really worried about her. I feel like she's probably going to hook up with the mascot next episode. Maybe episode 5. I don't know. I just think the Arwen thing, it's not going to go well, because he does not seem like the guy to drop his girlfriend no matter what. I don't know. And then, like, Kimberly, I think either she's going to get with the guy, with Eli, or they're just going to kind of, like, be hookup buddies. But she's, like, never had an official relationship, right? Or I want to say Leighton's brother, they were together. But then I also think I'm wrong. So, like, I just kind of want to see her, you know, in an actual relationship and see how she goes there. And also, I want more of Lila. Okay, like, I love her so much, and we don't get enough of her. And I kind of wish she became roommates with them, just so we would get more of her. But obviously, the case. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know what else is gonna happen, because I really just don't fucking know. But I can't lie, though. I really miss Leighton. And I know she's not coming back this season, but if they get renewed, which I honestly doubt it will happen, like, the show's not bad, but I just think without Renee, it's not doing as well, and I know they're losing viewers, so I don't think we're getting renewed. But if we are, I need her to come back for a bit. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the episode here. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. On Thursday, hopefully, I will actually be on time, because I should be done with schools. And then, so, I'll be on time, hopefully. It will not be Friday. But, I mean, don't quote me on that, because I might be wrong. But, again, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 4.